Yo, what up? Decided to just take a quick track review with a track that actually came out a couple of weeks, but nobody in the metal community has given their perspective on it, so I thought I would. This is Tyler the Creator's Domo 23 with the track Brimmer. Now, I love rap personally. Unfortunately, I don't have anything in my fucking collection for rap. I will be getting vinyl, so, Wu Tang, all that good shit. And Tyler the Creator was a rapper I listened to back in June, and I heard him. I really liked him. I like Tyler because, especially on his first album, Bastard, it's dark. It's very beat driven, very heavy bass lines. Good production and very dark social matter that I really didn't think would come out of it. It's kind of like the cover where it's kind of slightly disturbing, but at the same time you're just like you want to know more about it. And that's what I love about the first track. Tracks like Seven, Below, my personal favorite song, just because that beat is awesome. That awesome like piano synth, and then the I love that. So then he came out with Goblin, which was last year. Goblin's a pretty decent album, but I think that the amount of criticism Tyler received over the first one with the homophobic slurs and the threats, it just got to him, and 20 of the songs reflected that. Also, I think that the style was more abstract, especially with production, that I thought should be on an album like that. I thought he would have kept it like Bastard's tone. But still had some very good songs. Yonkers, of course, made him a household name. She with Frank Ocean, really good song. I love Frank's vocals in that, and even Tyler's part. So this is a new song, Domo 23, will be off his upcoming album, Wolf. He's pretty much got on the stance where he's releasing an album year by year. And this track, for me, I know that Needle Drop did a pretty negative review. He saw it as generic, but me, I personally like it. First of all, it's very frantic. The rapping is rapid fire from Tyler. Some really funny lines too, like this sounds like a bunch of midgets up in your speaker when you play this. Particularly, it reminds me of Seven, how fast it's going and how aggressive it is for the most part. The drums are much heavier in this, especially the hi hats. There's also, I would call that pan flute synth. That's what I think of when I think of that synth flute. There's two. There's that almost siren like one that I hear in a ton of cheap club songs, and then you've got the synth with the that kind of sounds like a flute. I really enjoy that, and that's when that song ends. Through Tyler's, it's very childish his lyrics, but it's still like funny, and I still really enjoy the song. I love kind of like rapping to it when I was bored, like it's motherfucking midgets. Um, then you got Brimmer, which is very different tone. This one has I think it's a keyboard sample. It could be a very heavily processed guitar sample, but it sounds really like a game sample from like an '80s or like an late early '90s game, somewhere around that line, like a Nintendo sample. It's really cool. It mixes in. Tyler slows down. He makes this flow about this girl. And Frank's also in this too, and he does an amazing job. I love Frank's voice, very smooth. Probably the only R&B artist I actually like. He got huge with Odd Future and Tyler and everybody else. And I just generally these tracks actually go really well together too. Like you have the Domo, which is a very aggressive track for the most part, but satire, but has a satire track. Then you have something a little bit more serious, much more slowed down, like Brimmer, which just is very laid back. So you're almost like starting a fight, and after the fight, you're basically just shutting down and watching the rest of the day go by. Overall, just a very good track. Really fun to listen to. I can't wait for Wolf to come out. Hopefully, it'll be much better than Goblin. And the two combined just make for one really sweet long track. Uh, like I said, I wasn't too big of Neil Drop's review of it because I thought he's focused so much on the idea, like, yes, I know lyrics are the most important thing to all rap music, but sometimes you just gotta let it slide with the whole, especially with artists like Tyler, who's letting other people kind of influence the way he thinks, especially people with negative views about him. That you have to start expecting that, especially around this time in his life. And yeah, I just really liked it. Can't wait for Wolf. And like I said, I wanted to give the Metalheads view opinion on this since nobody else has. Subscribe and comment. Keep it metal. Peace.